Yeah, this game has incredible visuals. And the new one that's coming out is going to probably have even better. So we'll find out when it comes out. Now we're playing this on Super Expert, which is one step below the final Super Expert Plus. I'm not playing that mainly because I don't want to deal with the fact that level cost is increased and certain abilities can't be used and all that. Even though if you play this game on Super Expert Plus, there are specialty power parts and shit you can't get any other way, so there is a trade-off to the difficulty on Super Expert Plus to get specialty power parts that you can't get anywhere else in the game. But for the sake of this review, I'll just play it on Super Expert. Even though I think Super Expert is actually more difficult. I don't know. I thought there was some glitch in the game where Super Expert was actually harder than Super Expert Plus. We'll see if I'm right. I don't know, but that feels like something that was in this game. I guess we're about to find out if my theory is correct, but by the way, I chose the Super Robot Pass because last time I beat this game on a no-death run, I used the Gundam Pass. But in the end, it doesn't really matter because in the end, everyone comes together. Now I'm going slowly through the story, or slow enough that maybe y'all can read a bit of it and kind of know what's going on in the game, because I try to do that in games like this. That way you could at least kind of follow the story and at least get a grasp of what's happening. Otherwise I'd probably just skip it. But for the viewers that want to know what the hell's happening, I try to let y'all at least see the story long enough to catch a glimpse of what's happening in the story. That way you're not completely lost. Now, Super Robot War games are notorious for being incredibly difficult, but this is probably the most player-friendly of the ones I've played. And definitely the one I would suggest if you're wanting to get into the Super Robot War franchise. This would be the one I would suggest you play the first of. Mainly because it is the most player-friendly. And one word of advice I would suggest is build up the Huckabane as soon as possible, because in the end it is your most powerful unit and becomes your best character, so try to max it out whenever you're able to. And I would also suggest putting some effort into your main ships, because they can be very helpful later if you build them up a bit. that explains your missions and topics. And the main thing that makes the later difficulty so much more difficult is your hit rate and dodge rate. Like, you see, the higher the difficulty, the higher the hit rate for the enemies, and the lower your dodge rate. Oh, that was a fucking mistake. Oh well. It's the first battle. But yeah, I think Super Expert is actually the hardest setting. I think Super Expert Plus is a little bit more lenient. Yeah, I actually believe Super Expert might be the hardest setting. Like I said, incredible graphics, incredible music. This is definitely a Steam game worth owning. Of course, it's a tad bit expensive if you want all the DLCs. But overall, an incredibly good game. Oh, that asshole. Yeah, you gotta be really careful in this game. Especially if you're playing on a higher difficulty, you gotta be incredibly careful. There's a lot more evasiveness and shit. You gotta do a lot more bullshit on the higher difficulties. Yeah, see, he doesn't have the ability to use Bullseye and Persist at the start, which is kind of bad. I should have used Persist instead. Oh yeah, that's another saying in the Super Expert Plus mode, is that they always add the saying where no one can die. Which I guess would make sense if you're doing no death runs. Yeah, the only way to beat Super Expert Plus is to have a no death run, because you literally die no matter who falls at a mission. But Expert Plus, I mean, yeah, Super Expert, you can still have guys die in a fight. But like I said, I'm pretty sure Super Expert is the hardest setting because of your hit rate and the enemy's dodge rate. And building up your main ships, like I said, is always a good strategy in this game, because they will be helpful later. If you're trying to do a no death run, if you're trying to do a speed run on this game, you could turn the battle animations off. But half the fun of these games is watching the battle animations. So the battle animations being on just adds to the appeal of the game, even though you can turn them off and make the fights go a shitload quicker. So I like leaving them on, because leaving them on does add some enjoyment to the game itself. Plus they're so well animated, why the hell wouldn't you leave them on? And if you actually follow the story, as convoluted as it is, it's actually not a bad story. But yeah, you gotta be a lot more strategic on the higher difficulties, because the higher difficulties, the enemies are so fucking strong. And also, don't forget you can use your main ships as a base, because that also becomes incredibly helpful, that you can return to your ships and restore your weakened units. So don't forget that your main ships can be a base and basically repair shop. I got no choice. If I don't, he's probably going to die. Yeah, Koji and his robots actually... Yeah, he actually becomes decent later, but his starting robot sucks ass. His starting robot sucks, but he actually becomes strong later. Once you get the later Mazingers. Like I said, we're playing on technically the hardest difficulty setting, so there's a little bit more strategy involved in these fights. Oh no, not her. There we go. Requires so much shit to get the first abilities. If you want to just play the game for fun, start with, I would say the most enjoyable setting on this game would be just regular expert, because regular expert gives you enough challenge as well as the ability yeah, regular expert is probably the most interesting setting on this game. But yeah, if you play it on regular expert setting, you'll see a noticeable difference in the difficulty. Super expert is ridiculously more difficult. Well, like I said, we'll be playing the new one as soon as it comes out, but it's going to be like another 2 months. And in these games, you definitely have to take risks. You definitely have to take risks in these games. Even if you have practically no chance to hit the enemy, you still gotta take risks. That's the only way to beat some of these battles. Now, playing this game on Super Expert is almost like playing the PlayStation version, you know, Alpha Generation, or whatever it was, Super Robot Wars Alpha, or whatever. The enemies get so much of an advantage when you're playing on Super Expert, it's almost bullshit. Wow, that did way more than I thought it would. Seems like your attack power is also reduced. Yeah, they really throw the difficulty in Super Expert. Normally this fight would be over by now, but the hit and dodge rate is so vast. Yeah, you gotta be way more strategical on this setting, obviously. And evading is pretty much pointless in this mode because the enemies will pretty much always have 100%. So you gotta be really careful.
本艦に攻撃が集中している。
なんなんだあの敵は。
I don't know if you're
被弾箇所を報告。
左舷フレーム40左舷直撃です。
So, sorry these battles are going to take a bit longer, but we are playing it on the hardest setting.
一筋縄ではいかない相手か。
メインロケットエンジン出力低下。
稼働中のサブブースター前期で速度を保持。
57%. You gotta take risks. You gotta take risks. Even though I hate support defend,
ドライストレーガーなら耐えられ
the
ます。
support defend will cause you to take hits you don't want to take. I fucking hate support defend.
艦長このままでは。
守勢に回るのは早いですよ。
Support attack is really good, but support defend kinda sucks.
こいつで一刀両断だ。
Yeah, support defend kinda sucks, but support attack is pretty good.
狙いはいいがそれだけかよ。
Yeah, support defend sucks, but support attack is actually pretty good.
Kaiju! 出てきたのなら相手になってやる。マジンガーブレード。
I do like how each character has their own theme music, depending on which anime they're from. That's a nice touch. Forgot she had intuition on.
驚くほどのことではありませんね。攻勢に転じ畳みかけます。衝撃砲1番2番攻撃用意。
了解。連装衝撃砲
And his first fight would have been over like 10 minutes ago if I wasn't playing on this difficulty.
打ち方始め。
If I remember correctly, I think they also reduce your damage in this one. Like, when you're on this difficulty, I think they also reduce your damage. We may have to switch it to a lower difficulty just for this playthrough, just because you may end up getting bored at this point with the difficulty setting so high. Plus, I may not survive this battle. Because even the very first battle can be incredibly tough on this difficulty. Not to mention the DLC characters. It's incredibly hard to get the DLC characters.
私が預からせてもらいます。
The higher the difficulty, the harder it is to get the DLC characters also. So, getting all the DLC characters might be difficult on this
こ
setting.
こで交代しても追撃されるだけです。
Oh, god damn it. Support defense. That's what I don't want. I hate support defense. It always causes damage you don't want to have.
本艦をヒュッケバインの前に。
Support defense sucks. That's a hit I needed. I may lose.
補給の出力を上げ。
I may lose this battle because of fucking support defense. What the hell was that?
だから。
How the fuck was that later? Oh yes, God damn it! Why didn't he have trust yet? Why didn't she have Leap Slasher yet? Yeah, we may lose this battle. It's been so long since I played this game on the hardest difficulty.
さっきのはユッケバイン30に助けてもらった。
We're going to try to finish this battle and not fuck up. Fuck you, support defense! That's what we don't need at this moment. You take one hit that you're not supposed to take, I'll lose. I hate support defense. Fucking hate support defense. I probably lost because of that. Yeah, I lost because of support defense. I took too many extra hits. By the way, if you haven't noticed, doing a no death run on this setting is very, very much nearly impossible.
今こそこれまで学んできた全てを出し切る時です。
ここまでやられるとは。
We gotta take the risk. We gotta take the risk. This may screw us all, but we gotta take the risk. Yeah, we had to take the risk.
Missile canister! 攻撃用意!
イルミネーターリンク! 撃て!
God damn it, support attack. It's good when you have it. It sucks when the enemies have it.
ドライストレーガーがここまでのダメージを。
Super expert is
状
fucking
況を打
tough.
開する策はあります。
That's almost worth it, but I'm going to choose to defend. Cause I could hide in that saying on the next turn, so we're gonna attack.
It's 怖いけどやれる。だからやるしかない。外さないから。
Sorry. But you notice that the enemies always seem to have a massive advantage on the maps, because they do always have a massive advantage on the maps. That advantage isn't that well known unless you aren't playing it on the harder difficulties, but the enemies always have a great advantage on the maps. I fucked up the placement on the missiles because I should have killed 2 of them instead of just 1. Oh, tough choice. Persist. I'll go with persist. God damn it. I hate support defense. Always taking damage unnecessary.
ドライストレーガーを勝利に導いてみせる。
そこまでだ機械種。叩き潰してやる。攻撃あるのみだ。
Should've went with bullseye. Should've went with bullseye. Oops, sorry, Ray. Oh wait, I fucked up. He already used his persist. That was a fuck up. I should have defended. That was a fuck up. This battle would have been over a long time ago if I would have just ended the fight when I had the chance. Now I gotta take another risk.
機械銃は通さない。覚悟を決めて。
Now, the best thing about map attacks is enemies cannot counter map
キャニ
attacks.
スターを使います。
So other than doing wide range or damage to multiple enemies, they're very useful in the fact that enemies can't counter them. So even if you're in a dire strait, map attacks are very helpful. But now this battle is containable. Now we're okay.
敵の狙いは分かっていましたから。
Now we're okay. It was touch and go for a minute, but now we're alright.
「相手は機械銃。全力で行く。逃がさない。
Yeah, now we'll be alright. God, it's hot.
Missile canister 攻撃用意。
イルミネーターリンク。撃て。
Now we'll be alright. Now we could try for the shoot down. What, we're better off defending to make sure we win the battle. Just to ensure we win the battle.
皆さんの命、私が預からせてもらいます。
63%. We're gonna risk it. I know, Rebra, we're risking it. We're giving it a shot. We're risking it.
重粒子衝撃砲攻撃用意。
目標インレンジ。
1番、2番、撃ち方始め。
That worked. Good. And then Quasters. I forgot about those assholes. Luckily, we have enough shit now where we should be able to beat them. I forgot the Quaster bullshit in this game. Luckily, we should have enough SP built up and shit where we can defeat them. I almost forgot about the Quasters. These games love to add bonus enemies to the fight. I forgot about that. These games love to add bonus enemies. I almost forgot. These games love to add bonus enemies. Ah, I ran out of ammo. Oh, well, we'll just end that phase then. Yeah, even the first battle is a challenge on this setting. Yeah, this would only be half a game if it wasn't for the animations. Yeah, this would only be half a game if it wasn't for the good animations and music. The game itself is fine by itself, but the effort they put into the animations and music in this game is what really sets it apart.
見返る必要はありません。
Play the Super Nintendo version if you want to know what I'm talking about. Goddamn flies.
戦闘用人工知能の行動パターンは知っている。17式の炎で燃え尽きろ。
The classic Mazinger song. %, chance, that's a waste. Ignore that for now. I'll launcher it one more time in a bit. We'll launch her in the next turn. Oh yeah, you see how important SP is. Without using your skills and your SP, you gotta conserve and use it wisely, because if you don't use your skills and your SP, you're in really bad shape. This first fight that should have taken no more than 10 minutes is lasting forever because of the difficulty setting.
子衝撃砲攻撃用意。
了解重粒子衝撃砲攻撃用意
目標インレンジ。
1番2番撃ち方始め。
We'll risk it just to end this fight. We're gonna risk it just to end this fight.
やらなければならないのです。重量子衝撃砲攻撃用意。
了解重粒子衝撃砲攻撃用意
目標インレンジ。
We're risking it to end the fight. That way we can move on with the game. Of course he dodged.
Kidan
中央フレーム第一発進ゲートです。
Well, we're gonna try it again. We're risking it just to end the fight.
Kidan 箇所報告。
左舷フレーム40左舷直撃です。
射程内の目標を攻撃します。1番2番衝撃砲攻撃用意。
了解1番2番衝撃砲攻撃用意
Sometimes in these games you gotta take a
イン
risk.
レンジ。
撃ち方始め。
Anything above 0 is still a chance to hit. So sometimes you gotta take a risk. Yeah, that's common sense. Arrest the person that saved your life. And now, one of the staples of the Super Robot Wars franchise, the long-ass story parts in between missions. They pretty much stole that from Fire Emblem, but still great games if you can handle that. If you care about the story, then that's a big bonus. But the story is so convoluted that sometimes it's hard to care about it. But in my case, I've seen the story so many times playing through the game that I just am indifferent to it. But I'm trying to let it scroll past slowly enough that you could at least catch the key moments and kind of follow along. I already said, great music, great graphics, everything they did on this game is incredibly good. Now trust me, you're gonna have a very hard time playing this on the super expert mode if you didn't get the DLC. I'll just tell you that right now. If you're playing this game without all the DLC, you're better off playing on hard mode or expert. Super expert will be a pain in the ass without the DLC. I'm just letting y'all know in case you bought this game but you didn't get the DLC. And of course, at the end of the mission, you get all your statistics. And this is some of the DLC you get if you get it from the Steam version. So you do get a lot of bonuses from buying it on Steam. Which reminds me, like all games, you need to save often. Let's see, where do... That's my Super Expert Plus game. I guess we'll save it on that one, because you want to save often. And before we do any missions, we want to get what we have available, which is the on-board stuff is where you get your DLC content. And depending on how far you progressed in the story, depends on what content is available. So we do want to get all the onboard stuff out of the way. It's something I normally forget. Normally I forget about the onboard missions, but you do want to get the onboard missions out of the way. Especially the parts that come with the DLC, because they're so good that if you don't have them, you're in dire straits. But like I said, if you're playing on a lower difficulty, the DLC content doesn't really matter as much. But if you don't do it, you're in trouble. But of course, all this depends on if you got the DLC or not. But the most important thing to take from that is pay attention to your onboard missions. Your onboard missions actually have value, and you want to pay attention to them. The hell was that? Oh. Sorry, I just got a random update on bullshit. And once you do that, you can upgrade your guys. And as you upgrade your units, you get bonuses for each tier you progress. So upgrading your units also gives you more power parts and lets you increase your tier. So upgrading your guys is very important. Mainly your pilot abilities. Your pilot abilities are very important to upgrade. I only got 58 SP. So I can't upgrade my pilot yet. And the AOS system, I think sick bay to me is one of the most important things to do in the AOS because it builds up your SP, which is incredibly important. But then you want to equip your power parts. Which of course you gotta be very selective on how you do that. Especially at the start of the game. Wait, and you have two. Of course, you'll be adjusting this shit a lot more often as the battles continue. But now we got that out of the way, we can move on to the next missions. And yeah, there are prerequisite missions that you can do that are basically alternative missions. But anyway, we're moving on to the next mission. We beat the first mission. Now we can move on to the next mission. Alright. Now we get to the main focus, the world map. Now the world map is where you get to pick what your next mission is going to be. Some missions will progress you through the storyline, and some missions are extra. But you can pick them in pretty much any order you want. It pretty much does come down to what you want to do your missions as. Now, since we're playing on the hardest difficulty, some missions are a little bit more difficult than others. Like that Brave Up mission. I don't know if we could beat that mission on this hardest setting since we can't equip them with anything. But that's the one with Jay Decker, and that's actually a pretty difficult one. But so is this one. The pass we chose is actually a pretty difficult pass. Well, we're going to try the Jay Decker one. Plus, we need to get rid of these as early as possible, because these bullshit missions will just get more bullshit as the game progresses. But these Jay Decker missions are a pain in the ass because they have so much story that you have to go through in order to do them. Another reason to just get them out of the way so you don't have to be bogged down with so much goddamn story. But I may actually use Jay Decker this time because he's one of the robots I never really use. So I may use him this time just for the fuck of it. You okay, Pura? Alright, go. Marga. It's okay. Sorry, it's not easy taking care of a retarded dog that gets scared by everything. Yep, the old brave police. Which is probably talking about an anime I've never seen. Yeah, I may use Deckard this time because I never use them. Yeah, pretty much the whole story, you know, you're a lifeless robot, but you have a heart, so blah blah blah, all that story. But he becomes a conscious being. You ever seen the movie Short Circuit? It's pretty much Short Circuit, but was Deckard. This is the second battle, so there's still tutorials. But that just tells you how morale makes it where you have better dodge and better aim and shit as your morale increases. For somebody new to these games, that's an important tutorial, but for those that know this game, and it also gives you a hint on... That's one thing this game did add, is it gives you hints on how to beat the battle, which is something that the games normally didn't do. So I do give it credit for the fact that in these games it does give you a hint on how to beat the battles. So now that we were able to upgrade some of our shit, this battle should be a lot easier than the first battle. Especially if you got the DLC content, this battle will be a lot easier. If you didn't get the DLC content, this battle is still beatable, but you'll have a harder time. But if you have the DLC content, this battle is going to be a lot easier. It's okay. I know it's hot. We'll get a working air conditioner soon. Hang in there. I'll get a working air conditioner tomorrow. I gotta wait on my check. Hang in there, bruh. Anyway, welcome to the video if you just joined. I know I should have probably said that earlier, but
勝負だ。行くぞ。17式のパワーを食らえ。
見た目からしていかにも悪そう。全速で突っ込む。えい。出力は落ちてない。まだ戦える。
17式もそれなりに頑丈なんだよ。人の頭脳が人工知能に負けてたまるものか。全部当たれよ。
Neat old Deckard. Yeah, every so often in this game you get actual clips from the anime the robots are from. Well, this is one of the points in the game where you get to see one of them. Yeah, it's so goddamn hot where I'm at right now. Yep, Deckard has a heart. He's a real guy, just like the Tin Man and all that other bullshit. I'm not trying to belittle the anime it came from. It's just something that's not really original. Even though using clips from the actual animes is impressive, it's kind of unnecessary, but I appreciate the fact that they included that in this game. So even if you don't know the animes, you still get to see clips from it, so you can kind of appreciate it. I mean, the other Robot Wars did that too, but this one was better at it. God damn it, why? I saw I took care of that. I'll deal with that after the video. Okay, now the first thing you want to do in this fight is get Jay Decker the fuck out of there. Because Jay Decker is weak.
Gatling ball 攻撃用意
打ち方始め。
It's okay, we're right.
想定内のダメージ。これは私のミスだ。敵 AI の行動パターン解析を急いで。打ち方始め。
Yeah, Jay Decker kinda sucks at the start. But at least he starts with Bullseye, which is very important.
抵抗する以上覚悟してもらう抵抗は無駄だ抵抗する以上覚悟してもらう抵抗は無駄だ
いかにも悪そう。その位置ならこれで。 なるべく小さな動作でかわす。
こういうパワー自慢との戦いは慣れている。マジンガーブレード。
Yeah, Koji gets way better later, but at the start, his robot sucks. Why is it so hot?
見た目からしていかにも悪そう。ビームスラッシャー。行きなさい。
I can't wait till the new Super Robot Wars comes out because I really want to play it just because I really am a fan of the Robot Wars series.
「調子に乗るのもここまでだ。全力キックだ。」
体が動いてくれた。 AI の動きは緊張だからこっちも余裕なんてない。やっぱり予想通りだった。方向が熱いなら関節を狙う。こっちも余裕なんてない。
ミサイルキャニスター攻撃用意。
イルミネーターリンク。撃て。
悪い人相手に容赦はしない。ディープスラッシャー。
Fuck, took care of that.
ありえ。
デスマグネが相手をするほどではないようだな。
Gotta finish this video at least.
次の手を予測できないからこうなる。威力の力だ、デスマグネ。
痛いのは嫌だから。
If you hadn't noticed, boss guys are always way stronger than normal enemies, but that's pretty much obvious.
連邦軍の最新鋭艦、ぜひとも手に入れたいな。今だ、よくビーム。
引き続き警戒を。次が来ます。市民の安全を第一に考えなければ。 1番2番衝撃砲攻撃用意。
了解。1番2番衝撃砲攻撃用意。
目標インレンジ。
撃ち方始め。
This ain't alcohol known in Spain. That still
なる
hurts.
ほど。それで全力かな。
And if you're playing on the higher difficulties, one thing you gotta maximize is your ability to use the X actions, which are very important.
Power 勝負だ。行くぞ。ブレストファイヤー。 奴に対する認識を少しだけ修正する。こちらの攻撃も見せてやる。そうだ、そこか。そんな攻撃じゃ足止めにもならないぜ。
市民の安全を第一に考えなければ。
Ah,
衝撃砲1番2番攻撃用意。
了解。連装衝撃砲1番2番攻撃用意。
即興データ
gotta
確認。
finish this
相対
video.
速度合わせ。よし。
撃ち方始め。
Got that video. I'll deal with that later. I'll finish this video.
奴に対する認識を少しだけ修正する。ご勘ごといただく。そうだ、そこか。
先ほどの攻撃による被弾箇所なし。
それは何よりです。
You notice after the very first battle, the battles get a lot easier, but they're still pretty tough.
てくれたな。だがその機体の技術、既存の体系とは別物らしいな。
Like I said, I heard that Super Expert is actually more difficult than Super Expert Plus. I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that Super Expert is actually harder than Super Expert Plus. It's up to y'all to decide on that, but I heard that. I don't remember where, but I heard that.
乗員を排除して戦艦を手に入れる。
速度を上げて敵の攻撃を振り切ります。反撃のチャンスです。衝撃砲1番2番攻撃用意。
了解。連装衝撃砲1番2番攻撃用意。
即挙データ確認。相対速度合わせ。よし、
撃ち方始め。
いい攻撃だ。だがここまでだ。
I should have gave him the final shot. I fucked up. I should have gave him the final kill.
抵抗は無駄だ。私は諦めんぞ。ジェイデッカー。ジェイデッカー、お前はこの私のものとする。今だ、気力ビーム。このままでは犯人を取り逃がしてしまう。
I should have gave him the final kill, but I fucked up.
こいつをただの量産型と思うなよ。生きたなしの炎で燃え尽きろ。
やめろー。こちらの攻撃も見せてやる。重力の前にひれ伏せ。
生きたなしきもそれなりに頑丈なんだよ。
お願い、来ないで。
ディープスラッシャー。
行きなさい。
こういうのを
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, enemy bosses and regular enemies in the higher settings
当たらないから
increase their defense when they're low on health. Just in case you didn't notice, I'm going to throw that out there. Enemies increase their defense when they're low on health.
磁力の怖さ味わわせてやる今だ磁力ビーム
ヒュッケバインに攻撃
Like I said previously, it's almost ridiculous how much of an advantage the enemies have over your
無傷で
characters.
勝てるとは思っていません走行が熱いなら関節を狙う
Especially bosses.
確実に当てる
You can't use J Buster Rifle when he moves. That was a waste.
悪い人相手に容
I
赦
was
しない
gonna give the kill to Jay Decker, but he can't use his rifle when he moves. There are some abilities you can't use after you move, and some abilities you can use after you... Well, that was bullshit. I wanted Jay Decker to get the kill. Well, I couldn't do it, because he couldn't use the Jay Decker rifle after he moved. Yeah, that unknown guy will come into play later in the story, but we're not going to spoil it. Yeah, gotta go through all the story. What the hell? The game just boot me out? No, I'm sorry, we're going to end this one here because the game just booted me out. So I apologize. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully y'all have a good day. Until then, take it easy. I gotta end this one here.